Yo, this is the most dope CJ Esparza coming to you live with Primo, DB, and AJ on the Sit Down Marks podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following Sit Down Marks podcast is set for one fall. Introducing first, your heel host that is always helping to spread the good word of wrestling, Dirty Bird. Next up, the co-host from the land of the rattlesnake, Mr. Team Extreme, editor and producer, Primo. And finally, your co-host, straight out of your mama's kitchen, driver of the grip wagon, straight off a cliff, assistant editor and producer, AJ.
Lucha Daddy's Unmasked, breaking news, episode number 87 of the Sit Down Mars podcast. Welcome, everybody. Kind of a funny lead in there. Lucha Daddy did not have his mask on. He was not ready, so I guess he ain't here. So we got Primo and AJ today. What's going on, fellas?
Just normal Primo today.
Boring
Not a whole
Primo.
lot. It's,
regular
what
old
is this,
Primo.
87? 87.
87.
13 ticks from
Holy fuck, it's 87.
13 ticks to 100, huh?
Yeah,
Man.
We should do something special.
We're going to try. Let's, if all goes as planned and everything happens, January the 25th will be episode.
That'll make a dick hard.
It will. It will.
Just like the Hardy Boys music.
Yeah,
Insert,
that's right.
insert here.
Call back. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, call back.
We should do nothing but callbacks.
Welcome to the Best Kept Secret in Wrestling podcast. Thank you to TW Ward, of course, for bringing us in, the voice of Memphis Wrestling. Like I said, it's Primo and AJ and DB as usual. And we got the boys here today. I want to thank the sponsor, the huge dudes. The huge.
Yeah, the huge dudes.
The huge dudes. Thanks everybody for sponsoring. Thank all the sponsors and everybody listening on all the podcast platforms.
Everybody out there.
Yeah. You fuck it. You guys know what I'm trying to say. We've heard it enough at this point. So we got a big episode, man. I'm excited about this pod today. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Primo's got control over a few things today. So let's see what he's maybe have influenced the old jukebox to get us kicked off here today. Let's go.
Old Zugity box, baby. Greatest of all time.
Oh, I hate this song so much.
I'm sexy. I've got the look. The drive to go wild. I've got the move. I said shit.
Stupid.
Primo said the gut and then proceeded to do the Shawn Michaels pose, everybody.
Oh,
Go to
that's right.
YouTube, look up Sit Down Marks and watch this particular episode. Let's see, we are like 9 minutes in. You gotta check that out, man. That's good stuff right there.
That song is so stupid. I get Shawn Michaels one of the best of all time. Sure. That song is so stupid. It's so dumb.
It's so legendary.
I was actually just having a conversation with my mom, because when I was a teenager watching wrestling, Shawn Michaels was like my mom's dude, right? For all the reasons that he would be. Sure. And I was telling her earlier, I was like, he lost all his hair. He's like cross-eyed.
Yeah.
She's like, no way.
Not aging well, that Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Your mom have the poster? Life. Your mom have the poster of Shawn with the belt in front of his cock?
Still has it.
Iconic.
It's just covering. Just
Yeah. Just the business.
Yeah.
Just the business.
How do you think you're cute, but you're sexy? That doesn't make any sense, Shawn Michaels. Fucking Jesus. Have some agreement between your statements.
He wrote it?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I honestly do think he wrote it. I mean, he sang the fucking thing. You might as well have
They
written it
get
too.
chills whenever I'm around.
It makes
I
them
think
feel
he
like
does
they're
the-
on cloud 9.
Like I know that it's fucking Scary Sherry that does the little thing at the beginning, but I swear to God,
Sean or whatever.
I think it's actually him doing a girl's voice at the beginning of the. That's him going.
Right. I mean, that's probably fair. It probably is.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Welcome, everybody, to the show. I am the Dirty Bird. It's time to talk about what we're going to talk about today. So this week, we're going to discuss NXT Halloween Havoc results. How do we do with our picks, as well as other WWE, AEW, Impact happenings in the world of wrestling. Primo is going to surprise us with a nice little promo of his choosing for promo school. AJ and I are going to talk about our show this weekend at Iron Spirit Pro, which leads me to our guest today. We're going to drop an interview with the most dope CJ Esparza, who's going for the Iron Spirit Pro Championship this weekend against his best friend, Brew Baker. So he's coming on the pod to talk about that. Make sure you guys stick around, check that out. It's going to be a big one there. So we talk about that match. We talk about his career thus far, influences. He used to be in a tag team, pretty prominent in the Midwest professional independent wrestling called Zero Gravity. So he was pretty popular there. So we talked about that briefly. So got a lot to talk about here, Primo. If you're ready, sucker. Kick that fucker out.
Chip, chip, chop, chip. Thank you.
This is Levi.
Hey, this is Buck Nasty, Bucky Collins.
This is Big B.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw, and you're listening.
You're listening.
You're listening to the Sit Down Marks.
Sit down, Mark.
Sit down, Marks.
And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast with DB, Primo, and AJ.
That was so loud.
That moment you realize you burped and it was live.
Your face, you went like this. You went, bop.
Oh, I got a feeling we're going way off the rails today. It's just got one of those kind of feelings, right?
I'm on fire tonight.
Now we're gonna watch for your fart position later on because you do have a distinct fart position.
Right.
Oh man.
And the old fart position and ball twist.
The ball twist. Something you should like make it into like one smooth like adjust and then back down.
Yeah. Do the leg shake to get the balls off your leg.
Efficiency and movement. You need to work on it.
All right, AJ. So let's talk about it, man. This weekend we're back to work. Iron Spirit Pro is presented by the Normal Corn Belters this weekend in Normal, Illinois. We're going to be back home, so to speak, at our community activity center. If you're new to the pod, first of all, welcome. We are now pretty much affiliated big time, down deep with Iron Spirit Pro.
Yeah, there's no pretty much. Like we
are.
We are. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. AJ is commentary guy, play by play, so to speak.
I'm old color presser.
Right, the old presser, Steve Suss, the voice of Iron Spirit Pro. So so we got that big card going on this weekend. The main event is the big one here, as CJ is going to be with us here in just a little bit to talk about this card coming up. Both CJ and Brew Baker, the main event. Brew Baker, as you've heard of us, he's been the champ for over about 2 years now.
5 decades.
Yeah. And number one contender, CJ Esparza, his best friend, tag team partner in Dope Kings, which is in a lot of other promotions in this area. So they're going to clash for the title here for the first time, or to see if CJ can be the second ever Iron Spirit Pro champion. So that's the main event. But under this, we got a really stacked card. And I hear there may be some big announcements coming up too at this show. So, Iron Spirit Pro is going to have a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So, in the tag team division, we got No Role Models, which is out of Team Ambition from St. Louis, going against Technical Difficulties. These guys are also Team Ambition guys in St. Louis. Technical Difficulties, AJ is, they've been pretty unstoppable since coming on board here with Iron Spirit Pro and looking pretty solid lately.
They're some of my favorites. I love technical difficulties. They're fucking awesome.
And then on the flip side, the old staples, the standbys, the guys, they kind of been with us for quite a while now. 815 Sabotage Sean, who's been on the pod here before with his tag team partner Gunner Brave. They are 815 going up against kind of a makeshift tag team in Atomico Jr. and Manny Cortez. This should be interesting.
Yeah, have they ever teamed together before?
No, I don't think. Well, at least not in our promotion.
I've never seen it before. Curious to see how they work together. Against 815 too.
Right. Yeah. They're always not very fond of the crowd, and they reciprocate that as well.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck them.
Nice, solid singles matchup. We got Solomon Tupu, who's been with us for a while, versus
big boy.
Kind of a newcomer, Xavier Sky. I think he wrestled for us first back at the Corn Crib a while back. So this should be an interesting matchup, man. Xavier's got his hands full, dude.
Solomon Tupu is a big dude.
Yes, he is.
Big and solid.
Big time face versus big time heel here. We got Angel El Sasson Escalera.
There you go. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Trill them R's, you motherfucker.
That's right. Versus another staple in Iron Spirit Pro. This guy don't lose very much, Connolly.
Nope. Nor should he. He's scary. He makes kids cry.
He does. He has a chain he beats people with.
And then the kids will come up to him. He'll be like, beat it, you fucking nerd. He won't say fucking nerds to the kids.
Right.
But that's the sentiment is beat it, you fucking nerds.
Another matchup we're looking at, Ryan Matthews, who's been with us before. He's fun because what does he come out to? Right Said Fred?
Yeah.
I'm too sexy. Yeah,
okay,
so that's
right. Ryan Matthews, I'm sorry, is fucking hilarious. He really he's brilliant. Like he's so funny. He's a dick, but he's so funny.
Right. He's got his hands full because the crowd really loves 12 Gauge. He's kind of a local guy. He's kind of been booked a lot here in Iron Spirit Pro lately.
I love 12 Gauge. 12 Gauge is awesome.
Oh, he's
a black and brave guy. He's awesome.
Great dude. And then probably the biggest matchup here we're looking at, probably the biggest face in the company versus quite possibly the biggest heel in the company. Cornboy versus Hartenbauer.
Yes.
Ooh,
I don't know. I'm not even going to say anything about that. I love them. Both friends of the pod. Like, how do you?
Yeah. That was going to be tough to call, man. Cornboy looking to maybe step out of the tag team, be a little more in the singles.
Poor Ripped. Where's Ripped? Miss Ripped Studwell.
He's out on the book tour.
As he should be. Did everyone buy his books? They're fucking awesome.
You told him to, for sure.
They should have. If you haven't, go buy his books.
Then reminder for the Iron Spirit Pro Championship, the main event, Brubaker, the champ, versus the challenger, number one contender, CJ Esparza. It's going to be a big night Saturday. IronSpiritPro.com. $15 tickets to watch wrestling. One of our biggest events ever. This is definitely the biggest main event in Bloomington Normal history, wrestling history. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so big card there Saturday. Look forward. Please come out. Please come say hi. Top Rope Bacon's going to be there slinging cookies. AJ and I will be there as well. Obviously, you come get some free merch from us. We got some other great stuff. Schooners is sponsored. We got the Chi Express, who's on board too for this. So a lot of people going to be there, man. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yes. It's going to be a lot of cool. Like, even the sponsors are cool this time. I mean, they're all, like, our sponsors are always awesome. But we got a lot of them. It's very diverse this time around.
Right, it is.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm going to eat and buy so many cookies. Like,
oh my God, I'm going to spend $80.
Corey's not going home with any cookies.
No.
He's not taking any home. Nope.
Have you ever had one of her cookies before? They're delicious.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, every time I see her.
They're so good.
Absolutely. Love them.
Yeah.
They're the best. They're great.
Yep.
And I love how they have like s'mores cookies. It's called like a wild s'morean.
Yeah, they got clever little names for all of them.
Like Billy Gunfetti, which you're probably not a fan of that one, but a clever name though. Billy Gunfetti's cakes, you know what I mean? Cookies. Let's see.
Smart, isn't it?
And she makes them for all the wrestlers too, which is very cool on top of itself.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
she's got a nice little gig going there. Pretty awesome.
She does. And she's just fucking cool as shit on top of it. So
yeah,
that right there, man, make you want to buy all their cookies and watch. And she loves wrestling just like we do, man. It's cool. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of wrestling here, AJ and Primo.
I love
if
cookies.
You guys are ready.
Too bad you're the East Coast.
Why don't we start with Impact today? Let's get started with Impact.
Good, because there's nothing in AEW.
Well, I want to say with Impact is fucking bullshit. Bully gets a pin. He gets the pin Juice in his first match back. Like, we're going right back here automatically. Please tell me that's what you were going to say, Primo.
No, I was going to say, for some reason, they let Heath and Rhino defeat the Kingdom for the tag team championships after they just made Motor City lose.
True. But I love Heath, so
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. But they literally, like a week ago, lost to one of the greatest tag teams ever.
Yeah, that is still one of the greatest tag teams.
Right.
Yeah,
like I love Heath, but
Rhino gored Maria. Did y'all see that?
Wait, what?
Rhino, he gored Maria.
Good.
Maria Canal.
Fucking Rhino. I've never been a Rhino fan with his short little arms.
He's just
Rhino.
It's just weird, yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
What do you guys think about Joe Henry? See his little gimmick? It's
Joe Henry.
I believe in Joe Henry.
I believe in Joe Henry. Which I think that's going to be pretty funny.
Does he believe?
Yeah, it might be a little copyright infringing because no one's ever going to do it better than Bo Dallas. I'm a huge Bo Dallas mark. So
at first, of course, because it was supposed to be a heel gimmick, the whole believe thing. But then I was like, now I kind of like it. Looking back, I'm like, man, that was fucking smart.
It was awesome. It was hilarious. Yeah, actually, and like it's Halloween, so he's Boo Dallas. You remember when he did that? And I think it was Mark Henry punched him in the face.
I saw his thing not too long ago. It was sorry, peanut M&Ms. It was Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel whenever they were the B team.
The B team.
And it's like Matt Hardy and Bray were in the ring when they were champs. But anyway, the B team was parodying Hardy and Bo was doing Bray. It was so funny.
Yeah. I saw that. It's fucking awesome.
Funny.
They were spot on too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, obviously Bo's going to be spot on because
brother.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Let's move to WWE. Let's talk about Bray Wyatt right off the bat.
Awesome.
About Bray's message.
Love
Not going to apologize for the horrible things that he's going to do. He's like, I know what you want. Like talking to
but
us.
He switched, right?
Yeah. It was like schizophrenic.
I think that's what it's going to be. Like multiple personnel.
Yeah.
So because in that same, like at the beginning, he wasn't saying that, right? And then all of a sudden it was like, and then like you were saying,
the QR code that popped up. If you caught it, it took you to a psychiatric evaluation form where
pretty fun.
Yeah. I was that nerd that went back and rewound it and freeze frame, till it came up, and then because I wanted to see. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Like I kind of like it. It's
then you sent it to me. I didn't have to rewind. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. For the boys, man. For the boys.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
So that was kind of interesting. It's like he's like, I'm doing this. It's like I'm doing this for you, and then he's like, well, but thank you for letting me do this. And it's going to be interesting.
What do you think about Jay and his unhinged attitude? Do you think so? Here's maybe my early prediction or take on it, whatever you want to call it. Okay. That maybe Jay starts going like, this is the way the bloodline should be, like aggressive. This is how we were when we started. Sure. And now we're all like ha ha and shit with fucking Sammy. So maybe he goes that route. And maybe they eventually kick Sammy out.
Boo. Sammy's the best thing about the bloodline.
Oh, I mean, you don't hear any disagreements from me. He's fantastic.
Yeah. It's fresh. It's fresh. The fresh blood in the bloodline. That was stupid. But but yeah, it makes it fresh again. Which if they get rid of Sammy, it's going to be the same old bird. We the twos, and that means poop.
You said it.
We're the P, and you're the duty. Two means poop, and one means P.
So, I mean, they got the Logan interaction already. Logan knocked out Jay, right? They had that little.
Man, I wish they wouldn't hype him up so much.
Nope, me neither. I did like his line though when he was like, "Yeah, everyone thinks I'm, not going to win." Then he was like, "But what if I do?" It's like you're not going to. But that's a cool line. It really was.
I mean, you got me there.
Yeah,
there's
they're
always
playing the one shot. Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, but what if I do? It's like you're not going to, and you're awful, and I hate you and want you to go away.
If you do, I may not cover WWE on this podcast for a while.
I will never watch WWE again.
Yeah, that'd be a very, very bad business mistake,
right?
For sure.
Yeah, no, I will. So did Logan Paul sign under? He signed under Vince, right? When Vince was still there?
It was before.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was WrestleMania, right? Or it was actually before that.
It was before Mania. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't sign a deal because it was like a one-off deal before that, or like a two-off deal. He actually signed a year contract or something like that. After
I thought it was multi-year.
Oh God, no! Oh, why'd you say that? I hate.
I think it's at least 3 or 4,
right
isn't it?
I think it's 3. Yeah.
I think you guys are drunk, and I don't want to listen to you anymore.
All right, so Raw was in my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
So of course they always gotta pop the rednecks and put the NASCAR guys on there.
Yeah, right? Jesus Christ!
Was it Corey LaJoy?
It was Carla Joy, and then Dale Jr. was on there. But what was funny is Dale Jr. told The Miz to fuck off on TV, which was awesome. I was like, oh God, okay, cool. They got Dale Jr. Oh, he just said fuck off. Hell yeah! Like it was great. Yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. And because Truth is from Charlotte, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
That's why he came out.
Yep.
But I love seeing him. He's always so funny. Yeah. And the dude does not age.
No, he looks exactly the same as he did in the 2000 Royal Rumble.
Right. I thought it was so funny whenever Johnny was out there talking to Miz. He's like, he said something like, I was like, I will tell the truth. And then Truth comes out. And then he's like, all right.
Right, yeah.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, well, yeah. You want something, dog? You want to talk to me?
Yeah.
You see, you want to tell the truth?
I love our Truth, dude. He's so funny.
It's great, yeah. I used to love the gimmick where he would run to the ring with a ladder, and it won't be a ladder match.
My bad.
Oh my God, yes.
And he'd get out and just take the ladder back.
Right.
I love that shit, man. That was great.
24/7, 7-Eleven, 365.
Yes, that was gold. But I can also say though, that night at Raw, Dale Jr. got the biggest pop, no matter who.
Fucking course.
I mean, it's in Charlotte, dude.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course,
we could probably have Kenny Omega in there and Charlotte Flair, and Dale Jr.'s going to get a pop.
Yeah, the biggest pop. Yes, he drives a car.
Well, what's funny is Miz told Dale Jr. he'd beat him in his Tesla because I beat you in a race in my Tesla.
Shut the fuck up.
You know how many Corvettes Dale Jr. owns?
Right. But my last note for Raw, and you're probably going to be like, oh, you're shitting on him again. But yes, I'm shitting on him again. Nothing will make me change the channel quicker than a Baron Corbin Johnny Gargano match. Okay? Fucking shoot me, right? But hey, Monday Night Football was on, so I flipped over. The Bears were up 23-14 during this match, if anybody cares.
Nope. But in honor of you, I did change the channel because I was like, Johnny Gargano, which I don't mind Johnny Gargano. I don't mind Baron Corbin, but I was like, I don't want to watch this.
My only thought, my takeaway from this was Johnny Gargano was just in the prior segment with The Miz, and then he's in the segment with Baron, and Johnny Gargano is also like a fan favorite, and we don't expect him to lose right now, but also they are currently pushing Baron back up. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised to see them clash, and obviously for Baron to go over.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I want to see a proper Baron Corbin.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Baron's cool. I'm good with it.
He is, and he's it's mostly from what I hear about him, like backstage, because apparently he's just the best guy.
Yeah, he needs new music to start. We need to start with new music. We gotta get rid of the cash, like that.
But Johnny did mention the parachute, the MC Hammer pants.
Yes, right. Yeah, those are funny. That was funny.
Wrestling God.
Speaking of R-Truth, he was on NXT last night, which Triple H kind of making NXT a little unpredictable here. Like to kind of like it. You never know who's kind of coming on. The tag title, the women's match to start. Just kick the night off.
Yeah, that's the first 20 minutes I skipped.
I tell you this, man. The match
I'm kidding. I watched.
Was great.
I watched the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
See who won.
They went back and forth.
I'm joking. Of course, I watched it.
Nikita Lyons, she pinned the person that wasn't the legal wrestler at the time. I can't remember. I always have trouble remembering their Casey and
Caden.
There you go. She pinned Casey, and Caden was the person that was actually in the match. So they pinned the wrong person, and they ended up retaining later. But sweet Spanish fly during this match too. So
yeah, it was pretty cool
seeing alone. But your girl Electra Lopez is back. You probably got a boner on that one, right, Primo?
Yeah. I mean, hey. Nikita started off the night, so that's pretty dope too.
Sure.
Just Primo boners all over the place.
I mean, we don't have to,
Primo boners.
But rewind real quick back to Raw. We're just gonna gloss over with the fact we didn't get Charlotte, but we did get Nikki Cross back.
Yes, because no one cares.
I care a little bit.
You do not care. That's a dirty lie.
I do. First of all, I like
Charlotte Flair, not her.
I like Nikki ASH, but I really liked Nikki Cross. Like that was when she was at her best.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I'm curious to see what they do with her. And Bayley went over Bianca.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed that they were fighting again to begin with. So I was kind of not invested in that match at all.
Yeah. I was hoping Bianca would win a match and Charlotte would come out at the end and off to the races. But I'm hearing that's going to be the Mania match. So
I was going to say, if Bianca beats Charlotte, then she's beat the fucking gauntlet.
Right. So they can put some steam on it for a while.
Which I don't think that she deserves.
You're right.
I really don't. I don't think so.
That's a lot. It's a 13-time women's champ there she's going to be trying to beat.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that...
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are we talking about Odyssey Jones right now?
Well, I was just going to say he's back. We hadn't seen him.
Yeah, that's true.
He was driving
That's
a car.
true, because he was injured.
Yeah.
He's driving a car.
I want to say, here we go. Before we get to NXT, let's read off the Halloween Havoc results.
Oh, yeah.
We're safe to say that the Women's Tag Team Championship match did not take place at Halloween Havoc.
Nope.
So, however, Halloween Havoc, we had the Spin the Wheel, Let's Make a Deal match between Apollo Crews and Grayson Waller, which turned out to be a casket match.
Sure.
I got this one wrong.
Yeah, Apollo won.
I didn't call that one.
Yeah, neither of us did.
Yeah.
Also, Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp in an ambulance match where if Julius loses the match, Brutus Creed will have to leave NXT, in which Julius won.
Got that one wrong again.
Also, we got that one wrong too.
0 for 2.
The next one we got right, boys.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about it? Or you want me to say the result?
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes versus Oro Mensah versus Wesley versus Von Wagner versus Nathan Frazier in a bomb-ass ladder match.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
For the NXT North American Championship. Proud of this guy. Known him a long time. Wesley is your new North American champion.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. We called this one and
We did.
Very happy for him. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was thrilled after the result of this match. Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Totally fits. I like it.
Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez in a Weapons Wild match. We called Cora Jade to win because Roxanne's on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne won.
We were wrong.
Yep. Didn't see that coming.
Championship for the women's title. Mandy Rose defeated Alba Fire.
Yeah.
I think
That one was obvious. Yeah.
We got that one, yeah. She's about to be a year champ.
Yep. Good.
She went on NXT or went on Twitter and said she's the best champion in NXT ever.
That means somebody from returning.
Yeah.
It means a former women's champ is returning.
Sasha Banks.
Asuka.
Somebody to
God,
Asuka.
I would love
we haven't seen her, so that would make sense.
Sweet. If Asuka showed back up on NXT.
What if Charlotte went down to NXT just to fucking fuck her up?
Yeah, just to be like, nope. Sorry, Mandy Rose. You're hot and all, but
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And in the main event, we had Braun Breaker, the champion, versus JD McDonough versus Ilya Dragunov in a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. And it looked real close, like Ilya was going to pull it off, but Braun won. And there was no cash in. We were all wrong on that.
Yep.
God, I wanted to cash in so much too.
AJ got Braun being right though.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I still thought that Austin Theory was going to walk out.
He wasn't even there.
Yeah.
They wanted us to think that.
It was such a weird build.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bit. Just kidding. Which it would have been so cool to have him cash in on the NXT title. It would open up doors for the Money in the Bank and make it mean more. Yeah. And I don't know. It would have set a cool precedent, I feel like. Overall,
it was kind of cool, kind of fun. The Halloween Havoc itself. I liked the casket match between Grayson Waller and Apollo Crews, and I also liked obviously my favorite match was the ladder match.
Mine too. I like the women's title match too, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like the ladder match the best. And the main event, they kind of had me going all different ways, and then I was like, okay, yeah, Ilya's going to win, and then so. But hey, they're putting more stock in Braun, so that's not a bad move either. So
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So moving back to NXT, fast forward to Tuesday night. I said once again, I'm so happy for my dude Wes Lee, and then I said R-Truth coming out on NXT like it's Halloween Havoc was hilarious. Coming out to host Halloween Havoc.
R-Truth is just gold.
My bad. And then this particular next note I put here, just because it was kind of like, interesting. So, like we mentioned just now in the results, Grayson Waller lost a casket match. Casket match.
Voila.
And Damon Kemp lost an ambulance match.
Yeah.
Two of supposed to be two of the most like OP gimmicks in wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they both showed up on Tuesday.
Yeah, just fine. It's completely fine. Yeah. Yep, didn't get it.
Nope. Where's the sell? Where's the sell?
Right, right. Like Grayson comes out ready to challenge for the title, and all of a sudden,
right? Yeah.
Like where's the Kevin Owens sell? Every time he has a big match, he sells for like 2 weeks after.
He's like, "Where'd Kevin go? I forgot." Yeah.
All right, let's talk. Go ahead. You got more NXT?
3 things actually.
No, you're all about NXT this week.
I actually really liked NXT this week.
Obviously,
I am totally here for Sangha and Veer dominating the tag team division. I like that.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Duke Hudson joining Chase U. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I did like that.
Yeah, I did like that.
And then we had The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, make her debut.
Yeah.
What's the deal though with their names? Not particularly her. Like, I'm not singling her out, but you have Ava Raine Alba Fire. Like,
oh right, yeah,
yeah,
and she's in Schism too, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
She was the red hoodie.
Yeah, she was the red hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a bit
like,
weird.
yeah. We'll see where it goes.
They like their elemental names right now, apparently.
They do. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
They're elemental names.
All right, so AEW last week we just had Rampage because Dynamite was on earlier.
And guess what happened on Rampage?
What happened?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Willow got signed.
Fucking nothing.
Hook.
Willow got signed.
Willow got signed.
Hook beat Davari.
Hook beat Davari.
Yeah.
Hook is so underutilized right now.
Are they playing a storyline where 10 Preston Vance is going to get unmasked? You think?
Yeah,
I think they are too.
And no one's going to care. I mean, I like that they're doing it.
He's going to be normal then. You think? Like he's going to be like just vanilla.
Yeah, he will.
I mean,
like nothing will separate him.
Right.
Yeah, this is like the most uneventful week of AEW.
Definitely, yeah. I mean,
ever. They did, however, make 50 announcements that the investigation is coming to a close. But shut the fuck up. Shut up. Jesus Christ.
What's kind of getting funny to me on Dynamite is every match, every 15, 20 seconds, you got not Delirious. Excalibur.
Oh, Excalibur, yeah.
Excalibur going, like, don't forget next week, and blah, 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 blah. Next week, don't forget to tune into.
It's like, we can't, Excalibur. You won't shut
MLB
the fuck up
playoffs next week. Don't forget to watch the World Series. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, God. Like, like.
He won't let us
The dude's
forget.
a machine, though.
And actually, though, like, part of that, I remember specifically being annoyed because I think Shivani was trying to say something important, like about the match, and Excalibur totally cut him off to do one of those quick adverts.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of those live reads. It's like
Hey, you tell Jay I was just a little nervous, so.
Come on.
I saw this thing today on Squared Circle Reddit. It's a fair question, I think. So for the first 3 years, 2 years, I guess you could say, of AEW's existence, AEW always felt like AEW Dynamite anyway always felt like must-watch TV, must-see TV. Like you didn't want to miss Dynamite.
True.
Is it still like that? Like, are you right?
I mean, I think the newness is worn off.
Is it losing its luster a little bit?
Well, it's not that it's losing its luster. It's that after all, I mean, this is why I'm a little sour on AEW. We've talked about this. It is all the fucking drama that they work.
I mean, that's me. Yeah.
They work it into their programming, and I fucking hate it. So, like, I get that, everyone's like, oh, it's cool to shit on AEW right now. Which I don't think it is. AEW is still a fantastic product, but I'm so sick of hearing about all the egos backstage, and these people can't handle these people, and MJF is never good, or MJF is, actually MJF's pretty awesome. I don't know why I said MJF. CM Punk, there we go, is no one wants him back. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and give us a wrestling program. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Well,
You're right.
For me, like, I don't really care about the drama and stuff. I don't know. I just think it's just kind of added to an eventual storyline somewhere down the road. I just think it's all, even though it's not a work, I just think it's just all wrestling, so it doesn't really bother me. I think the newness is worn off. I think, like, the hot girl next door ain't as hot as she used to be because she's not the new thing walking around anymore. She's kind of leveled off. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing too. Like, how, like, that's how we could say that with WWE. Sorry. I was just thought about that.
Go ahead.
As you said that, and for us married folks would get this. Like, you've been married for so long.
Like
after a while, you get into a little bit of a rut, But and then all of a sudden, your wife, I don't know. I mean, WWE's doing it for us again. So
I think that's like, it was a weird combination where, like, AEW was up here, WWE was up here, and then you have all the fucking CM Punk / Young Bucks, blah, blah, blah drama, and Triple H taking over. And so it kind of just went, whoop.
Triple H taking over changed the whole fucking game.
It absolutely did.
Vince was still over there, and we're still where we are.
I'd be so annoyed.
We're still a little bit more on the AEW side.
We're just gonna be annoyed everywhere.
We'll still be watching that, Vince's booking. You know what I mean?
So, we'd still be watching Austin Theory take selfies on the main roster.
Yeah.
Austin Theory be double champ right now.
No.
WWE is like the girl that was the hottest in school before that new girl came around. Now you're like, oh well, she was pretty damn hot before, so so you're kind of looking back at her again. Going,
she has experience.
Yeah, she was the one, right? Yeah, dude, for sure.
Nope, I'm not. Nope.
Nope.
I have a whole line of jokes right now.
All right, good segue, boys. It's Dropkick discussion time. Let's move on.
Bang, bang.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers.
This is the one and only Mike Hartenbauer.
This is Space Jesus, Billy Starks.
This is referee Dan Perch.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw. You can address me as yours rudely. And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast.
You guys are listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
You're listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
Come celebrate pro wrestling right here on the Sit Down Marks podcast.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With Primo, DB, and AJ.
And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
All right, Marks. 25 years ago today.
To the day.
What some people to the day, to what?
Wait, is it really to the day?
Yeah.
This match occurred on October 26, 1997.
Cool.
25 years ago today. Let me tell you, some people say this was one of the best matches in Halloween Havoc history. We'll debate that.
Oh my God, yes we will.
But let's talk about it. So what we're talking about today here is we're talking about Diamond Dallas Page versus Randy Macho Man Savage, who was currently in the NWO Halloween Havoc 1997 in a last man standing match. October 26, 1997, as I said, this particular pay-per-view was what I always call was the fan pay-per-view in WCW. Hogan versus Piper in the steel cage. And they had that fan jump in there, and they tried to make it look like a shoot, but it was really work, and yada, yada.
The guy was clearly in like a developmental.
Right, yeah. It was a big match in the rivalry of DDP and versus basically all of NWO when he was kind of going through, but Savage as well. It was kind of an awesome match, I think, because a lot happened. A lot during the match. Miss Elizabeth looks great here. I was pretty pumped to see her. Even Kimberly shows up. We're in the middle of Slim Jim era. Like yes, we're in the middle of Slim Jim era. So, this is good stuff. We had the classic Halloween Havoc stage with the smoke and the tombstones and the like ghoulie guy that was always on the front and stuff. So
I love the ghoulie guy.
Yeah. So let's talk about what you guys notice here before they start the match. Ghoulie guy.
Oh, so before we started the match, I also put 25 years ago today. I put
God.
That's a true story. Every time the music went new world order or it went for life. I every time it did that, I immediately thought of AJ.
Oh my God, I was in hell. Like I was in absolute hell.
And I put and the last thing I put up to the entrances was DDP's vest looks like it's made of foam. And I love fucking Macho Man's outfit was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like the Nasty Boys, only not stinky.
Way
somehow.
cooler.
Yeah. Like if the Nasties took a shower and weren't horrible. Like that's what they would look like. So, yes, I'll get into this a little. I'm so sorry. So I'll get into this later, but when the New World Order music hit, I got angry. So I'll say this right now: this era is not aging well for me at all, not even a little bit.
You just get angry.
Yes, so that's what I have. Like just the presentation and although I DBL, like what you said, like I love Halloween Havoc stage. The Ghoulie guy is fantastic.
Yeah.
I always loved Halloween Havoc as a kid, but the whole New World Order thing not aging well for me at all.
Yeah. So classic brawl to start the match. I'm going through this super briefly, but it was a basic brawl through the whole match because of the history they had between each other. DDP was trying to single-handedly take out the NWO. The match goes outside almost right off the bat, and I'm like, they're going right to the tombstones. Yep, sure enough, they go right to the tombstones. There goes Savage through all the tombstones. It's kind of funny watching back, too, because Elizabeth gets involved in this match. You didn't see her do that too much in WWE, but her and Kimberly there, she makes a save for DDP, which was cool. And she kind of takes Elizabeth away out of the match. Savage constantly focusing on the bad ribs on DDP that, basically was taped up. Like, was DDP's ribs not taped up his whole career? Like,
whole career,
right? Yeah.
Always had a rib injury.
Yeah. So these guys were outside using all kind of things on each other, weapons, going for all kind of spots, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's got real sloppy for me. Like at times, like I wasn't really like that much, like really into it. Like it didn't impress me that much. But
yeah.
And then we get to the finish,
that don't
right?
impress me much.
We get to the finish.
Shania.
Sorry. Savage low blows DDP, right? And then an NWO Sting, quotation marks, come out. It's fucking Hulk Hogan. Comes out and hits DDP with a bat to the ribs. DDP can't make the 10 count. Savage wins the match. DDP's going out on a stretcher and Savage is still attacking him. I'm like, don't try to make this interesting. Like you just gave us the shit finish for, a mediocre match. This screams WCW, right? Like, yeah, this was, I wasn't impressed at all, but that was the synopsis. What do you guys got?
So go ahead, AJ.
Okay, so I love DDP. Always have. Like, I loved him when he was like a goober heel. Like, I thought he was hilarious. Like when he had like the hobo gimmick where he just looked like a fuzzy hobo all the time. Like, I fucking love him. DDP is money all the time. He's the only saving grace to this match. Like when it started, like he had like the ribs taped up, and then it immediately turned into WCW. There's a ref bump. There's a fake Sting coming out, and Tony Schiavone. Like, I hate that he had to say this because I love Tony Schiavone, but he was like, I've been around long enough to know that's probably not really Sting." Okay,
right.
Like, I get that you are on TV playing a character, but don't be that stupid. Like, don't be a stupid character because it's clear, like, no one thinks that's Sting.
Right, yeah.
You can't pull a fast one on me. No fucking shit, Tony.
In the 90s, we were stupid.
Yes. I hated... Okay, so I hate NWO booking. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I loved it as a kid. Now I cannot stand to watch it. I can't stand it at all. So I have very little notes on this. The match was fine. Macho can still do a cool elbow drop, even though he's like 45 at this time or something like that.
Yeah.
Still does a great elbow drop. He's still nimble. DDP's awesome. I fucking hate this match.
Yeah. What you got, Primo?
Okay. That's take. No, just kidding. So Dusty says, this match has gone back to the ring more times than I thought it would. And literally a few seconds later, they're fighting amongst the tombstones.
Dusty.
And he says, that's a real tombstone pile driver. And I said, I'll give the commentators credit. And this is sarcasm, by the way, because they sure the hell don't want anyone to forget about them damn ribs being taped up.
Nope. Mm-mm. Do you know the ribs are taped up?
Yeah,
They're
right. And then and I don't know who it was. It might have been Dusty or Tony. They were like, breathtaking match. I was like, get it? Because DDP can't breathe.
Yep.
His ribs are taped, in case you didn't know. And then I said, it's kind of confusing how DDP's own diamond cutter would make him hurt because Macho Man held onto the ropes and DDP just kind of fell flat and like all of a sudden he's dead. Yeah. Right, exactly. He literally just executed his move the way he always does.
Right.
And the last two things I had was, so Savage, the last time he did the elbow drop, when he pointed up at this guy, he spit, right? He spits, and he does the elbow drop, and as he comes down, he lands the elbow drop at the same time the spit hits.
I didn't notice that.
And then fake Sting made me laugh. That's all I got.
Yeah, this shit was all over the place, man. This was kind of a match that I'd heard like a lot of people talk about. Some think it's great. I don't know how, but some not. But this one is, to some, I guess, considered one of the best Halloween Havoc matches. But anyhow, we watched it, we reviewed it. Now it's time to smelly mark it, boys. Anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. 6 out of 10 smelly marks. It's fair to me because
that's
there's
totally
two legends, and that's the reason I gave it 6 out of 10.
I'm not going to be that generous.
And DDP was one of my favorites in WCW ever.
Mine too.
Like DDP, Rey Mysterio, Booker T. Those are my top 3.
See, I'd Sting, DDP, and Rey Mysterio. Those are my 3. But that makes this match worse for me. I can't stand the NWO gimmick. I can't stand the music. I can't stand WCW booking. I can't stand NWO booking. None of it's aging for me. I give this a 2 out of 10. I hated this match. Hated it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick it with a 6 just because DDP and Savage are in it too. Like, yeah, the booking horrible. I don't know. It was like they told them to do some things that I don't know. Just it was just all over the place. Not impressed. So yeah, so we'll chalk this one up to do not watch. Oh yeah, I did.
And I swear that pad was moving.
Right. Yeah, right. So next week, boys, a little bit more of a funner discussion. Next week, we're going to talk the 3 faces of Foley. I'm going to talk about Dude Love. Primo is going to talk about Cactus Jack. AJ is going to talk about Mankind. We're going to discuss and debate which one of the 3 faces of Foley was his best persona out of the 3. We're going to talk titles. We're going to talk about highlights of his career during that persona, and we're going to have a nice little promo for each of the personas as well. So that was going to be fun next week. Let's roll on here, Primo. You're taking over promo school this week. What you got for us?
Well, this week for promo school, I actually comb through a bunch. This is the problem whenever I take over promo school. There's so many I want to do. And both times, this time and last time, I wanted to do Eddie Guerrero ones, and I chose not to at the last second. I also wanted to do a Shawn Michaels one just because Shawn Michaels was in the Dookity Box today. But in the end, I went way left field and went with William Regal. So,
right. And
this is actually from William Regal's last match. It was in NXT. It's a quick 2-minute promo as he was getting set to take on Antonio Cesaro, as we know, Claudio Castagnoli.
I'm in the late autumn of my 30-year career, and recently I've been pondering over the legacy of William Regal. What's it all been about? I'm a vicious and sadistic and spiteful fighter. I've been a unique entertainer. I never achieved the one thing that I coveted the most, and that was to become the world heavyweight champion. But that's my fault because I have a wonderful knack of getting myself into a lot of trouble. But to the people who really know, I've always been a second-to-none world-class technical wrestler. That was until Antonio Cesaro came along. Because I know, even on my best day, he's 10 times the man and the wrestler that I've ever been. And he knows that. And that's what this is really all about. He has an intense desire to prove it. And I truly commend him for it. I'm going into this match knowing that the only chance I've got of surviving, let alone winning, is a miracle. And that's not coming to a faithless old villain like myself. I'm not worried or scared of my plight. In fact, I'm relishing the thought. I am going to compete with every drop of violent venom that I've got left. And if this is the end, well, I honestly can't think of a more noble way to go than being beaten by the ultimate competitor.
How cool was that?
Fucking
like a quick 2-minute promo, but like freaking, he told a story.
Yeah,
like a career spanning story. What
right?
What he's such a fucking man. Like Jesus Christ, he's so
quietly
awesome.
Sound too. Like I could have just listened to him for hours.
And now he's the leader of the Blackpool Combat Club, featuring Claudio Castagnoli.
Crazy, right? Wrestling.
That is fucking unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
God, I love William Regal.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
Good pick, Primo.
Thanks.
Yes, it was. That was a fantastic.
Thank you.
Kind of a, probably a guy that probably doesn't get as much credit as he should for promos. Like
there was another one I was going to choose, but I didn't, just because the audio was kind of fucked. But it was, and also, my stance on Eugene, but it had to do with Eugene, and it was basically Triple H calling out Eugene because he had like interfered in a match, and like villainous, really, because he was the GM at the time. He comes out, he goes, "What kind of sadistic villain do you think would have sent Eugene to do such a thing?" And like, he's like, "Don't forget, we have history." He starts talking about the Blue Bloods and Triple H, or like when he was in WCW, and how he used to be. Isn't that crazy? William Regal has mentored so many people.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
And you only know about a couple of them, like Bryan Danielson, like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's
the
amazing.
greats. He's done a lot of the greats.
Yeah, he's had his hands on a lot of people. Yeah. Awesome.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, a lot of people are as good as they are because of him. So
yeah.
All right, good stuff there, Primo. We'll see what happens next time on Promo School. It's time for King of the Mountain, Bloody Nuts. Hit that Triple H music for me.
35 pounds on.
Time to play the game!
All right.
Bloody twig and berries.
All right, so the current King of the Mountain is AJ with a number set at 6. The current streak right now for all three of us was 0 going into last week's picks. We chose off of a card off of UFC 280, I believe it was last week. So we had Sean Brady, who was coming into the match undefeated. The relation was Sean Stasiak, meat there. That was the wrestling reference. And then he was going against Bilal Muhammad, who Muhammad Hassan is who I thought of when picking this match as well. So there's your wrestling references. So Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. AJ and Primo went with the undefeated Sean Brady. I myself went with Bilal Muhammad. Let's see. Winner by second round TKO, Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah.
So I will take the streak lead at 1. You guys will
Boo.
stay at 0 for this week.
You stay at 0 for this week. I had a 30-pound weight fall on my dick.
It's 35.
35-pound weight fall
some
right
respect
on my
on that
dingle.
All right, boys, let's get back to making picks for this week. Here we go. Make some picks from a little NFL football. Let's get back to kind of like what we might know here a little bit. See if we can roll it up, right?
What you might know.
I was about to say this is cheating.
Well,
I mean, I know football too, though. So
it's not really, but here we go. So we got some NFL football over in London on Sunday morning. The game comes on at like 8 a.m. over in the States, something like that. We got the Denver Broncos versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, the Denver Broncos, the Bronco Buster, I'm thinking X-Pac on this one, versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, come on.
Tony Khan owns them.
The Khans, right? Yeah. So we're picking the Denver Broncos with X-Pac versus the Jacksonville Jaguars as the Khans. I'm the current
entire
streak
AEW.
leader. Yeah, I'm the current streak leader. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. AJ, who's your pick?
Fuck that. Fuck X-Pac. Jacksonville. Fuck that 1, 2, 3 kid. Get the fuck out of here, Jacksonville. Right. I hate Trevor Lawrence.
Full transparency. I already made this pick at work today.
Okay.
But yeah, I picked Jacksonville then. I'm going to pick Jacksonville now. The Denver Donkeys are terrible right now.
They are. And Jacksonville has a good record in London. They actually play pretty well there.
Yep.
Because they played there from
That was another factor, too.
Wait, Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback for Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, and you just said you hate him, so it didn't quite make sense. But
I don't know. I figured that.
All right. Once again, we're on the same side as we were this week. I'm going with one pick. You guys are going with another. We'll see how it all works out.
Long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go.
I wonder how Denver is liking that pick for Russell Wilson.
5 more.
5
more. All right, AJ, it's time for your beautiful segment. Let's see what you got for your fans this week.
I forgot about this. I always forget this at the end now.
Yeah.
This is great. I hope you like my theatrics. I mean, robot voice, man. It's theatrics.
There you go.
Okay.
AJ's. What is that noise? Are those bees? Why are there bees in here? I'm down to me of the week.
Oh God, they're chasing me!
That went better than I could have possibly imagined. Thank you. Why are there bees in here?
Just hanging out in my bedroom.
Hope Robot Man's okay.
Yep.
So, this is a continuation of last week. I told you guys that I bought some Stacker 2. And I did. You know, they got a little, because of the bees and stuff. I took a few just with complete disregard for my health and safety for you guys.
Are they FDA approved?
And oh God, no. The FDA was like, we're not touching that shit. So, do you guys know what heart palpitations feel like?
Little flutter?
Okay, what if like a palpitation had a palpitation? It'd be like a little That's kind of what it's like.
Right.
So, I haven't been sleeping well. And I'm very very shaky.
Jittery?
Very jittery.
Yeah,
we'll say. Like
how new is that bottle? Like, when was it made?
As I said, this is an expiration date from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom is a little like cloudy, so I don't know.
It looked like Yellow Jackets.
Some kid bought that at a WWE pay-per-view and sold it on eBay to you.
I mean, it was $30.
Oh my gosh!
But look, no, I got the Stacker 2 here. Like,
about 3 bottles?
A piece?
3 bottles.
What? Just in case you get addicted? Like, what are you doing?
$30 a piece, dude.
I could only buy a bottle, a pack of 3. Like, they didn't have single bottles. So this is what the little pills look like.
Oh, you get them at the gas station? GNC?
No, I bought them on Amazon. No, GNC. They're not going to sell this bullshit. Like, I feel
it's $10 GNC.
Like, I feel it's $10. Actually, $20 because we hyped your product. So,
right.
You know that scene in Pulp Fiction where they inject what's her name directly in the heart with adrenaline.
Right.
That is what the last 3 days have been like for me.
Thurman?
Yes.
Yeah.
That has been my last 3 days. I want to stop taking these because apparently they're a dietary supplement to lose weight. I
thought they were a fat burner.
You don't need to lose weight.
They are. Yeah, they're a fat burner, basically. Apparently they're supposed to prevent your body from forming fat cells, but really all it's doing is preventing my heart.
It's supposed to be like a thermal type, right?
Yeah. And all it's doing is preventing my heart from beating properly. So I'm going to throw these away. Unless you guys want some stack or two.
I'm going to pass.
No, I already take Adderall. No.
I mean, I have two more bottles. I can send one to each of you.
I mean, it probably worked the opposite on me because I take Adderall.
But it has yerba mate leaf.
Yerba mate?
I'm sorry, it has
They make an energy drink out of that.
What's yerba mate? Because that's what it has.
It's a drink. Or, I mean, it's an herb, actually.
It has yerba mate leaf powder.
I know Edge drinks them. He used to talk about them on his podcast all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit. And if you exceed 3 capsules in a 24-hour period, you're probably going to die. Like there's a
yeah.
Please consume with food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to take it with food, which, again, you'll probably die. I think the moral of the story is I'm pretty sure if I keep taking these, I'm going to die. So I'm going to go ahead and stop taking these.
They're yellow and black like a caution tape.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yes, please
the
don't.
The things I do to myself for this podcast, fucking amazing.
We didn't take it by 3.
We didn't take it by any. It's the only way I could.
We appreciate the commitment, though. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you're going to try the product,
poison cereal.
Go back to trying the cereal. Yeah, that one had more cereal.
All right, Blue Chew next week, okay? Blue Chew next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Mount Everest. Woo!
Oh, I'm so going to get some Mount Everest. Some a giant raging Ric Flair boner the entire time.
You're gonna be on sex sent me to the ER with Darby Allin.
Did you watch? Oh no, we have to save that.
Yeah.
Say that. All right. So as we talked about earlier, CJ Esparza, we got to talk to him just a few days ago. Right, he was getting ready for his match this coming weekend at Iron Spirit Pro. We got to talk to him about his influences. Things that that he's done in wrestling on AEW Dark. And, I don't want to ruin it for you, but all this good stuff, man, we talked about here. So here's our interview finally with the most dope, CJ Esparza. All right, everybody. This week's guest is an independent wrestler seen all over the Midwest and mainly in the Chicagoland area promotions and even on AEW Dark. We're going to be talking about that. But he's here today to talk about a huge opportunity he has this Saturday at the Iron Spirit Pro Championship, which is in his hometown promotion. And, he's got a really, really big match that we're going to talk about against his best friend and tag team partner in other promotions. Joining us today for the first time, welcome, everybody, the most dope CJ Esparza. Welcome, brother.
Welcome. Nice to be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking the time, dude. We are just days away from a really big opportunity. At this point in your career, man, do you even have nerves? Do nerves stand in still for this kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I still get nerves. Nerves are good to have. That means I still care. So yeah, I still get nerves. Not as bad. Not really until show day, but they're still there.
Yeah, and show day, man. This one's going to be a big one. To briefly touch on it, in your hometown promotion, in front of your hometown friends and family, wrestling your tag team partner in other promotions, and one of your best friends out there, man. So extra pressure to add to the nerves this time. So it's got to be a little bit different. You feeling, yeah?
Yeah, it is different. I think, I don't know. Nerves are, well, I guess we'll see on show day, but it's different with Brubaker because it's a familiar face for me, obviously. So, whenever we're here for Iron Spirit, Brubaker seems to not be a fan of Bloomington Normal. So the the fans of Bloomington aren't very kind to him. So yeah, here in town we'll have a little score to settle. Championship on the line. So somebody commented on one of our Facebook posts. This is a rematch from we were 15.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a rematch from a backyard wrestling from this right here in Bloomington from like when I was 15 years old or so. So very familiar with Brubaker, very excited and looking to take that championship from him. I think he's had it for long enough.
All right. Well, for storyline purposes, you said this is going to be a rematch. Who won the first time?
Let me think. I think I won a ladder match in my backyard in high school.
Wow.
Yes, love it. Thank you. Thank you.
So you're from Bloomington. I'm also from Bloomington. I'm a townie as well. And how did you have I wonder about this from when I find out that people from this town got into wrestling, because I was super into wrestling in high school and junior high and stuff, but I never thought to actually do anything about it. And
Right.
So how did you even decide this is what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going to go? Because back then there wasn't a lot of independent wrestling in Bloomington. There is now, but there wasn't before. So how did you decide that you wanted to do that, and then where did you go? What steps did you take?
Yeah, what year was that too?
2004 is when I started doing independent shows. But so we had our own backyard wrestling company that we started, just our friends, me and Brubaker, Brett Gakia, you guys might remember him, but a few other friends from here in town, obviously just doing our own outlaw backyard wrestling stuff. So I was doing that in high school, and then, like I said, 2004, I was about to be a junior in high school, but we found a company in Peoria called NGW.
Okay.
Basically, we hit them up and pretended as if we were trained wrestlers, which we were halfway trained in the backyard.
Love it.
But yeah, so we went up there. We did kind of a tryout, so to speak, the day of that show, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to use you guys." So me and Brett actually wrestled that same night in the first match on that show, and then from there we pretty much started actual pro wrestling training with NGW, that we would go and train on a weekly basis up there from Alex Larson and then the other guys that were with the company in Peoria there. So yeah, that's where I got my start, is in Peoria, which is now defunct. Obviously NGW doesn't exist anymore, but they just did kind of a reunion, or not a reunion, a benefit show for Big Papa was one of the guys that I first started with. So a couple weekends ago, there was a benefit show because he actually passed away. So all the old NGW guys got together. So it was kind of a reunion of sorts for that. But yeah, that's where I started, NGW in Peoria.
So, so when you went there, when you started training, were they like, "Hey, wait a minute, you said you were already trained"? Is it like when, you go to a bar with a fake ID and then you go to a bar when you turn 21 and they're like, "Wait a sec, you've been coming here before"? Was it kind of the same thing?
We knew enough to get by. I'm pretty sure we didn't lie to them. We told them what the training we had. So there was a company here in Bloomington. It's called FUW. That were some older guys. So I was like junior high school. There's some older guys that were doing FUW, and one of the guys, Steve Hall, had actually given us some training. So we had a little bit of training, but obviously it's not like a real wrestling school. So I don't know. We had enough to fucking fake it. Sorry if I can't use that word.
No, you can.
You
Yeah,
can.
speak freely. Yeah, speak freely.
So yeah,
we say fuck all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, we had enough to fake it, at least to get by for that. And then, like I said, we started actually training with them kind of from the ground up, more or less. So
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous about that. Because in high school, I wish I would have, my friends are all lame. No one liked wrestling as much as I did. But because I went to Central Catholic, so a bunch of lame ass people, and so no one wanted to wrestle. So and I had no idea. So I'm a little fucking jealous. I'm gonna be salty about it now.
Yeah, I found NGW. There was a list on nodq.com, just had a list of independent shows.
That's
and
awesome.
it was NGW in Peoria, Illinois. And so we're like, let's hit this company up. And so that's how, we just found them randomly pretty much.
Nice.
Fucking awesome.
Well, let me talk to you about this, CJ, a little more in my wheelhouse here. So if you go to a Dreamwave show, which has, obviously come back here, there are a couple shows back from the return, you'll see a banner of yourself hanging from the rafters in the Knights of Columbus building, which is got to be pretty awesome for, some an independent wrestler, and somebody like you that's kind of been there from the beginning. So, how did you kind of jump on with them in the beginning? Does this go back to Zero Gravity? It's kind of like where you guys kind of jumped on. So talk to me about Dreamwave for a minute.
So I've had a couple of different banners there in LaSalle for Dreamwave. So me and Brett used to be there, Zero Gravity, pretty much from the start. We missed maybe, I don't know, the first few shows of Dreamwave, but the tag division was more or less started by us and kind of created around us in the very beginning of Dreamwave. We were kind of one of the mainstay tag team. So I've been with them for a long time, and then obviously they shut down. They've had a few different returns, but now they're back. I got a banner all by myself, no Zero Gravity. It's just the most dope. So looking to kind of make some waves there. They like to bring in a lot of talent from around the country and some bigger names, and so we'll see what happens as far as who I'm going to be up against. But I had to miss the last show due to some personal obligations that I had going on, but hopefully I'll be back on the next one. Nothing announced yet, but looking to kind of make a mark as a solo act at Dreamwave now. So
yeah, for sure. And with the way Jay books out there, it kind of gives you a chance to maybe lock up with somebody that you never thought you would have, or would be able to mix it up with, and that kind of stuff. So the matchup possibilities are I'm sure can always be fun if you're booked for a Dreamwave show.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he books a lot of stuff. So I got to work with the Steiner brothers in the first go around of Dreamwave. So that was definitely something I never thought would happen. So Jay likes to book a lot of, like I said, bigger names and kind of like you said, matchups that you wouldn't have thought of necessarily. So who knows what he might have up his sleeve for me going forward there. So
what'd you think of your match with 12 Gauge on the first show back? It was a really good match. The crowd was kind of loving it a little bit. How did that go for you?
For sure. No, that was good. He's a hometown guy there, so I knew he would have a lot of support. So it was kind of like I wasn't a bad guy, but I knew I was going to kind of be an aggressor there to see what he had and kind of push the young kid and see if he could kind of hang with me in his, it's his hometown, but Dreamwave's my turf. So, so I thought he did a good job. It was a good match. Obviously I came up as the winner there. So, I'd welcome a rematch against 12 Gauge any day. So it was fun.
For sure. So let's talk about you and Brubaker for a second as a team. Obviously you guys are, I believe you're still current Chicago style wrestling tag team champions. You guys have been seen together on AEW Dark. Let's talk about that too, man. How was that experience being on AEW Dark with your friend Brubaker? You guys, it's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah, for sure. And as of last night, we're no longer CSW tag team champions.
What?
Yeah. So we lost that TLC match. The two kids from the Black and Brave got the victory there. So we unfortunately lost those. But Dope Kings, me and Brubaker, we've been doing our thing, and we had been CSW champs for quite a while, going on close to a year, but we got the AEW opportunity, which was definitely huge for us, like you said. So being on kind of the national stage again, we got to work with House of Black guys Buddy Murphy and Brody King. So that was a really good experience for us. Get in front of, like I said, a national company, get in front of hopefully Tony Khan maybe saw us. We didn't get unfortunately we didn't get a chance to show too much of our offense in our match, but yeah, it was a great opportunity to show them that we're going to show up, do the work, and won't back down, even if it's against House of Black. That got lucky on that night. I'd say they got lucky. We almost had them, but
luck.
It's great opportunity for sure. We're hoping to be back with them whenever they come back around. They'll be back in Chicago area around Thanksgiving, so who knows? We'll see. I'll try to get on with them again. But yeah, we're hoping to do more work with them. They're obviously one of the major brands, one of the national companies. So yeah.
So earlier you were talking about like your nerves and how you still had them. How do you deal with them when you're going to be on a national promotion, like a national stage? Like I imagine they're bad enough on like an independent stage, but now you're going to be watched by thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Right.
Like how do you deal with your nerves like pre-match?
I don't know. It's a funny thing. Like something like that is for me, it's not quite as nerve-wracking as you might think it is. Wrestling in a big arena full of people is, I don't know, it's similar to what I do every weekend as an independent, even though obviously the crowds are of smaller size, but it's the same thing that I do and that I've done for, 15 plus years. So on one hand, it's different because, you're on the national stage or on a big stage, but on the other hand, it's just what I do. It's what I go out and do my thing. And so, also getting to do it with Brubaker, getting to do it with my best friend. And, there's also a little bit of just kind of like, let's go do this. Let's go show them what we do. Like I said, this is what we do. Let's go show them now why we're here. This is why we're here. We've been doing this. We know what we're doing. So there's a lot of that going on that kind of, I don't know, takes away the nerves a little bit. It's pretty exciting for me. And then, I don't know, pull the curtain back a little bit. To do a match like that is, there's not much to it. Honestly, it's just kind of, there's just not much for me to remember, or like, I don't know. For me, that's an easy match. Like I can go have a match on an indie show that's going to be more complicated, more stuff to it that might be more nerve-wracking to me, just because it's like, there's more to do.
You want to get everything down. Yeah.
So yeah, like on a stage, like I don't know, like I said, a match like that, it's like, this is cake. Let's just go do this. Let's go tear it up. Show them what we do.
So who have you studied over the years, or who do you study now that inspires your style of wrestling?
A lot of different guys. Rey Mysterio is probably one of the top. I like to do like springboard offense. A lot of stuff I do, high flying springboard stuff, which Rey Mysterio is obviously the king of that.
Absolutely agree.
Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy were big influences of mine. But and so that's kind of like in-ring work. I like to do a lot of stuff, high flying stuff towards those guys. AJ Styles too was a big one for me. And then I don't know, a lot of guys, indie guys, different indie guys like Amazing Red, or like Austin Aries back in the day, Jack Evans back in the day. I used to watch all the old Ring of Honor and all that stuff. But I also have always been drawn to just big stars like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan. Those are like my two favorites as a kid. Nice, so I really just like stars too, like mega stars, and obviously like the characters that those guys were. So I may not emulate those guys, but like you kind of try to look to those guys as like, okay, how do you do the character work and become like a star? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Do you collect anything like wrestling related, like memorabilia, figures, wrestling buddies, maybe? Like,
wrestling buddies.
I have my Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy from when I was a kid.
Wait, do you really still have it?
that's about the only thing that I really hold on. Some stuff I really wish I did hold on to,
Sure.
like my VHS collection or my action figure collection. But yeah, for the most part, I don't have a whole lot of stuff. Stuff kind of from my own career that I've held on to, but my Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy is my one like childhood thing that I held on to.
Like I've been desperately searching for. I had an Ultimate Warrior wrestling buddy when I was a kid, and I've been like scouring like relatives' houses, grandparents' houses, like trying to find it, and I haven't found it yet. And it makes me very, very sad each time I come up short. So I know exactly what that's like.
My brother had the Ultimate Warrior, and we unfortunately ruined his backyard wrestling.
But he took too many leg drops from yours.
Yeah.
Nice. So the Most Dope and the Filth King, it was only inevitable that you guys would come together and form the Dope Kings, which so far has been pretty successful. Let's talk about that for a minute. You know, I guess you guys finally be like, all right, well, we've did so much apart and against each other, let's try something together. Was that kind of the idea, or was it just time?
That is kind of the idea, and we both we're kind of doing our singles thing, like you said, the Most Dope, the Filth King, come together, make the Dope Kings. We kind of just started rolling with it one day, just kind of at home talking about it, and then it's like, we made some videos, let's do some video work, and we did that, and then it's like, let's just kind of go get bookings this way. And so just kind of organically sort of happened, like, hey, let's do this thing. Like you said, we've wrestled a bunch, so since I'm not doing tag team stuff anymore, and we had been doing solo stuff, which we will still do solo stuff, but it's like, why not try a new tag team and try something different with a little different twist, which is more or less kind of how I feel. It's more like what me and Brubaker, our personalities just kind of mesh together and come into life as a wrestling gimmick or wrestling tag team.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask, man, I always like to ask, man, what does CJ do, do during the day? What's the shoot job? Is there one?
So I work at Four Seasons Health Club in Bloomington here. So I'm a member experience specialist. So I help people sign up for memberships and do a lot of emailing and dealing with members basically, and just making sure that their gym experience goes well and all that, and making sure their billing's up to date, things like that. I work full time at the gym during the week, and then wrestle on the weekends pretty much, and then live with my girlfriend at home and my cats doing that. So hopefully soon I'll be able to just wrestle on a full-time basis. That's always been my goal.
Sure.
But in the meantime, the gym is a nice place for me to work, which allows me to continue kind of pursuing the goal of a full-time gig wrestling.
Definitely. So I would imagine that kind of helps. The shoot job kind of helps with with the wrestling. But let's talk about cats real quick. So you're I have seen some social media posts. You're a big cat guy. How many do you have?
I am. I have two cats, two girls, Bebe and Kiki.
Bebe and Kiki.
Yeah. Like Bebe's kids.
The cat tag team.
Yep.
The cat tag team of Illinois, right there. Bebe and Kiki. Oh.
So I love cats. Cats are hilarious. They keep me and my girlfriend very entertained. So no kids for me at the moment, but got the two kittens. So I love cats. They're just hilarious. I don't know. My dad got a cat for me when I was like in high school, just kind of to keep me company while I was at his house after my parents got split up. So I just had, and that cat's name was Bobo, by the way, which started my theme of repeat names for my cats. But so Bobo made me fall in love with cats. They're just hilarious, and I love just hanging out with them. So cat guy over here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also a cat guy. I like them because they're assholes. Like that's great.
Can be, definitely.
Yeah, it's the best.
They're also, my girls are sweethearts, very cuddly. So, yeah,
those are original names too. Like they'll never, get mistaken for the cat down the street. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
for sure. So let's get to while we're here, CJ. Let's talk about Iron Spirit Pro this weekend. Let me set this thing up for everybody that might be new to the promotion, new to CJ, new to the rivalry that's going on here with this big title match coming up. So Brubaker has been the Iron Spirit Pro champion for I think we said for over 2 years now. Yep. And he's been basically knocking them down. Logan's been setting up left and right opponents for him, and he's been a pretty respectable, dominant champion. There's been a couple times you might thought of, you might lose it, but no, he's always stayed on top. So he's been pretty dominant. Nobody's ever really kind of been able to take the title off of him. He's Iron Spirit Pro's only champion,
right?
So far, so nobody else has had the belt but him. So both of you guys are from Bloomington, Illinois. This card Saturday night is being held in Normal, which is the Twin City sister town. Basically, it's just North Bloomington. So, so all the friends and family, the kids, probably everybody CJ knows, but the cats will be there. I don't know. Maybe his girlfriend will sneak one in. You know what I mean? So maybe she can watch the match too. But yeah. So you got the friends and family, everything going on there. CJ's been hot, man. CJ's been hot. If I've calculated correctly, I believe CJ is won 5 out of his last 6, maybe at least 4 out of his last 5 that I know of. I know he's beat Kamaro Jackson out of Team Ambition. That was a big win. He beat Ezio Orlandi not long ago. He beat Ethan Price, Solomon Tupu. So you've been quite the roll here, CJ. So it almost seemed inevitable that you would fall into this number 1 contender spot and set up this big, huge title match that we got going on this Saturday night in Normal. So let's talk about it, man. Why does CJ have to win the title this weekend?
So yeah, you set the stage. It's in my hometown. Me and Brubaker have, in my eyes, been on a collision course. We did touch in a 4-way match. It had to be 2 years ago almost now. It was a while ago, which he actually did get the pinfall victory over me. So
luck. All luck.
I owe him. I think I owe him one. I got to get my win back on him. He's been, so you said 2 words to describe his championship reign. You said he's been a respectable and dominant champion. I would say one of those may be correct. Dominant champion. I don't know if he's been very respectable in his championship reign. Just based off the way he treats the fans, the way he talks about his hometown crowd, friends and family. Like you said, he always seems to kind of find a way to piss everyone off right before he's about to wrestle. And he doesn't always use the most clean tactics, I'd say, to earn his victories. So maybe you might say he doesn't quite earn his victories. He steals them. And I think I'm ready for Brubaker in my hometown. I know him. We're good friends. Like you said, we're tag partners other places. So I know what he's up to. I know the tricks he's got up his sleeves. He's going to try to pull something. I'm sure of it. But this time around, I got his number. I think the outcome is shooting star elbow. 1, 2, 3. New champion, CJ Esparza. Celebration in my hometown. That's the prediction.
I'll be on commentary for your match, and I don't want to play I try not to play favorites, but yeah, that's I might go a little nuts if that happens. Just so you know.
And also too, CJ, Brubaker always likes to grab the mic and say, this is my hometown, this is my belt, this is my promotion. Well, CJ, you've been there, just like he has. This is your town. This is your promotion too. All you're lacking is the belt here. And last time we were at Iron Spirit Pro, Brubaker was finishing up the night. You came out to challenge him to kind of set this whole matchup, and that's what kind of set everything in motion. And the about a month or so or more has passed now. And here we are, man, a Saturday night in Normal. You're going to take on Brubaker for the Iron Spirit Pro Championship to try to be the second ever Iron Spirit Pro Champion. You know, I mean, like I said, it's going to mean a lot to be able to possibly win this in your hometown. You know, losing is not an option here, CJ. I can kind of, you know, hear that in your kind of voice and your mindset, man. So, you know, just days away. What's CJ doing to prep to get himself ready?
So this week I'll continue my regular kind of schedule, get my workouts in, make sure I'm hitting my cardio so my wind is good for Brubaker. But yeah, I mean, I should be in pretty good shape. The mental game is what I'm going to need to be sharp on Saturday night. So I do have a booking the night before in Milwaukee for Mondo Lucha. So I do have that first, which you can't overlook any match or any booking or anything like that. So I got to be focused and ready for that match. Downtown Milwaukee, jam-packed crowd there in Milwaukee. It's usually sold out in Turner Hall. So that's a big night for me. The very night right before this title match. So I have to focus on that as well as focus on this weekend or this Saturday for Brubaker. So it is a lot to prepare for this weekend, but I'm always ready. I've been at this for a long time. So I've had big weekends before. We talked about, you know, big nights like wrestling for AEW for the first time. This is it's a big night for me. So it's a big weekend, 2 big nights in a row. To win the championship, the Iron Spirit Championship here in Normal. I graduated from Normal Community High School, which Brubaker did as well. So to also be fighting my best friend here in Normal is kind of something we've always wanted to do, you know, in our hometown, is put on a great wrestling show and put on a great match. And this weekend, it comes down to me and him for the championship. So in a way, I think this is what we always wanted it to be, is me versus him for the belt and see, you know, who the better man is that night. Again, my prediction is that I'm going to come out on top. I'm ready for it. Brubaker's had his run at the top here. I think it's time for another champ here in Normal. And yeah, it is kind of a must win for me. You know, you don't want to let the fans down. You don't want to let friends and family down.
Sure.
Hopefully I'll have a lot of support there. And so I don't want to let anyone down. And so it is a big night. And I predict that I will be walking away with that championship at the end of the night. So.
Yeah, man, me too. And like I've been telling Logan and AJ, this is the biggest main event in Bloomington Normal, possibly Central Illinois history. This main event right here for the Iron Spirit Pro Championship is going to be a pretty big deal. So if you guys are in the area, make sure you guys get to this show. It's Saturday night, 7:00 in Normal, 1110 Douglas Street at the Normal Community Center. Brubaker versus CJ Esparza for the Iron Spirit Pro Championship. Man, I can't wait, man. I'm just can't wait for that main event. It's going to be huge. Best of luck, my friend. Stay healthy. Can't wait to see you on Saturday night. Thank you so much for joining us. And best of luck, man. And with anything, man, maybe we'll bring you back on here and you can talk about that night, man. We'll see what happens. But good luck, man.
Right. Hopefully you can flaunt your belt next time you come on.
Yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, I'll look forward to that. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely, man. Good luck. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
All right. That was our interview with CJ Esparza, man. I'm excited about this match this weekend. Like I said, it's a big, huge match. You know, I couldn't imagine only being just a few days away from being in a championship match. Nerves got to be set in, but hey, he sounded pretty comfortable. I think the man's kind of got his mind made up, and he's looking for a big night Saturday, right?
I think he'll get it too.
He definitely could. I mean, like I said, but Brubaker's so tough, man. Everybody that they put in front of him, he's set down for the past 2 years, and he's going to be hard to beat, and he's going to have to dig a little extra deep here to beat Brubaker. So, thanks again to CJ Esparza for coming on the pod. Go check out that. Look up this weekend, October 29th in Normal, Illinois, at the Community Activity Center, Iron Spirit Pro. Biggest main event in Iron Spirit Pro history, Bloomington Normal history. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. AJ, plug that merch, baby.
We have merch. Go buy said merch. Also, soon we have new merch. Soon. Not yet, but soon. tpublic.com/stores.
Soon to have new merch.
/
soon.
Sit Down Marks. That website, once again, is tpublic.com/stores/ sit down Yerks.
Primo, let's talk headlines, brother. What you got for
Let's
us
talk them, baby.
this week?
So this week in the headlines, them news giggles, we got the October 26th edition, 25 years to the day of Halloween Havoc 97, that famous Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio match. I mean, Eddie Guerrero. And then, first of all, we didn't talk about that, but I know all of us are probably like, fuck you, dude. But at the same time, how smart is that to get nuclear heat?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm this generation's Eddie Guerrero.
Right. And he's his generation's Dominic Mysterio.
And he played AJ Styles same night.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, back to headlines. So, speaking of Guerreros, the Warriors, as they will, Chavo Guerrero joins the movie about the Von Erichs, the Iron Claw. Chavo will serve as the wrestling coordinator and also have a role in the film. We talked about it pre-pod. There's a photo floating around right now of Zac Efron. He's supposed to play Kevin Von Erich. He's looking jacked to the gills
just
right now.
Completely roid bellied out. Amazing.
I mean, hey, if I could look
I'm
like
not
that,
denying this one. Yeah,
there's no way you can.
I mean, he
Fucking
looks like
Hollywood.
he's juiced, but like he's shredded too.
Yeah.
But
If
yeah,
that kid
so
needed more pussy.
and so like I'm pretty cool. It's pretty cool though. Chavo, great person to be a wrestling coordinator, so that means their wrestling in the film should be on point.
Yes, it should be. That's great.
So if you guys weren't keeping up with the fact that I think it was the day, it was like a few days after the OC, the Good Brothers, came back to Raw. Obviously the same night, everybody in wrestling fandom was like, hey, Carl Anderson is still the never openweight champion for New Japan. Mm-hmm. He's supposed to defend it against Hakaleo. And they've already been promoting the freaking match. Well, him and Good Brother, Luke Gallows.
Good brother.
The Good Brother.
The Good Brother. Sorry, I'm about 4 beers in and my Texan's starting to come out.
10-4, Good Brother.
10-4. Some bitch power monkey nuts. So anyway, him and Luke Gallows made a video on Instagram saying basically he ain't defending the belt and he ain't going to Japan for that match. And that was about a week or so ago. And then earlier this week, New Japan made a statement on Carl Anderson saying, should Anderson decide to basically go back on his scheduled championship match, he will be required to vacate the never openweight championship and return the title belt to New Japan immediately. In which case, Carl Anderson did come back on Twitter later on and say, I ain't vacating anything, or I ain't vacating shit, or something like that. I don't remember. But it's interesting dynamic right now. You think he's not able to... So, do you think it's a date conflict with WWE? Do you think Carl's just being a dick? Do you think...
I don't think he wants to go all the way over there to drop a title.
Whenever he's getting paid for WWE, you know?
I think that he's just doing it to garner heat. Of course he's going to return the belt.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Like he's just doing it to get heat.
He's just stirring the pot a little bit. Yeah,
yeah. I think it's just.
We're talking about it, aren't we? Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Which I'm okay with. It's fine. It's fun.
So that's interesting. More to come on that. Next up, as reported, unfortunately, number one, Kevin Nash's son passed away earlier this week. But additionally, I just wrote here on Kevin Nash's podcast, click this. He says that he's been receiving abusive DMs, comments, and phone calls since his son's passing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
That exactly. They're
terrible scum of the earth.
Yes. Scumbags. Absolute scumbags.
Dude, come on.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
I'm not going to get
ridiculous.
Any
no,
clout.
yeah.
But I'm
no.
I'm going to say this, though. I've listened to a lot of podcasts in my life, man. That was kind of one of the most toughest ones that I have had to listen to. If you have a kid, if you like wrestling at all, if you like Kevin at all, I suggest listening to this pod. Kevin's like I can't even imagine, and Kevin's had a lot of bad stuff happen to him, but the fact that he like his roller coaster of emotions is very obvious on this episode. Like I said, I couldn't even imagine, but I mean, man, God bless that guy, man. A lot of bad stuff has happened to him lately, and definitely go listen to it.
Keep your thoughts out for that guy, honestly.
Yeah.
He has gone through some shit. And it happened on Razor's birthday.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yeah, and his son had autism, and being also a dad of a son with a special need, it's, I don't know, man. It's, it's like he was providing the best life he could for him. And, out of all the stuff he said, out of everything, all the good compliments that he made about his son, Tristan, the one thing that got me was that, he was, he's like, he was taken from me, and I was planning on so many good times in the future with him, and, that really hits home. You know what I mean? So, I mean, life is short, man. It's short.
Yeah. It is terrible, and it's very unfortunate.
It's sad, man. It's sad.
It really is, and obviously, all of our hearts go out to him.
He's only
moving
26. That's
yeah. So he was young, and so next up via WrestleNews.co on Ric Flair for his upcoming WWE documentary. Ric Flair says, "This will be better than my 30 for 30." Obviously, everybody here probably saw the 30 for 30 on ESPN. But he says, "This will be better than my 30 for 30 on ESPN because I made them promise me that whatever I said, they wouldn't edit. I'm not going to do something that's going to be edited again." So this is going to be like...
This one be more racy.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't...
It's going to be pictures of his cock when he pulled it out in the airplane, wasn't it?
It's going to be like how big that helicopter was, man.
All Mount Everest up, like he's going to be good to go.
Eating those woo wings.
Right.
Got some
woo wings.
So it's going to be real, apparently. So
okay.
That's all I got this week. There was one more, and I didn't write it down, but I forgot. Oh, yes, that was the last thing. What you guys take on this? There are rumors. I think there might have been slight confirmation. I'd have to double check, but talks of WWE and GCW
really?
partnership. Yep.
I have not heard anything about that.
Yep.
Interesting. Those two don't seem to mesh.
Not at all.
Together.
Not at all. Yeah. If you
Triple
go to,
H is an edgier guy, though.
If you go to like the Squared Circle Reddit, their current sidebar picture is like the Monday Night Raw background, like the Titantron with Nick Gage coming out, like it's photoshopped.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That would be wild as shit.
It would be wild.
Especially because Vince is not he hates death matches.
Yes, he does. Yeah, but Vince can not fucking be there anymore. So yeah,
Ciampa's going to be out like 8 months.
Surgery.
Injury.
Yeah.
Yep.
Surgery.
Yep. All right. Primo, give us that preview of next week, sir.
This is Sabotage, and you're listening to Sit Down Mark's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. You wait for the sound cue.
I almost hit digging up bones. Digging up bones. Oh, man. So, that's not Randy Savage. That's Randy Travis.
Yeah.
Preview next week. Primo. That's me. Next week, we kick off November with a debate of the three faces of Foley. As DB mentioned earlier, he's taking Dude Love. I'm taking Cactus. And AJ's taking Mankind. Each of us will take a persona of Mick Foley and debate that our chosen persona was his best character. We also will talk about the fallout from the weekend at Iron Spirit Pro. Did CJ Esparza win the title? Also, WWE Crown Jewel predictions and much, much more. See you all here next week. Happy Halloween. Be safe. It's never too old to go trick-or-treating. I mean, I guess there is a certain age limit, but
it is too old at some point.
But I mean, if you're still a teenager, there's certain towns that are getting on teenagers for trick-or-treating. Let them be kids, man. Be kids as long as you can.
Agreed.
Don't step on any brown bags that are on fire. There's poop in it. You're welcome. Adios.
All right. Keep spreading the good word of wrestling, boys. You got anything? AJ, I'll see you Saturday at Iron Spirit Pro.
Fuck yeah.
You guys got anything else before we go here?
Let's
Thank
see.
you once again to CJ Esparza for being on the pod. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. I was going to say, do you think that FTR wins that fourth belt?
Yes.
I was about to say Impact. They should take that one too. The AEW Tag Team Championship.
Yes.
Sure. I mean, absolutely. They're their best tag team. They should have it.
And besides them, who's your favorite champion right now?
Actually, now Wesley.
I don't know. I need to think about
that's
that
my
one.
pick.
Ask me. I got to think about that one. Listen, I don't know.
Who's yours,
All
Frigo?
right. Wesley.
This is why I have this guy right here.
Wesley or Seth Rollins. Even though he hasn't done much with it yet, but I just love Seth Rollins.
I do too. He's awesome.
All right, AJ, take us home. Yeah. This outro sponsored by Stacker 2.
Stacker 2. You have the voice
guy. I'm gonna die.
My poor heart.
What was his last words? So do you feel like you don't need to eat for like a month right now, AJ?
I'm never eating again. Also, my eyes don't blink anymore.
You just don't sleep.
AJ's going to put up the ring all by himself Saturday.
Yes, I'm going to. And the whole time it's going to be like,